Hello and welcome to August 4th. So without a Magic pre-release this weekend, there was a little bit of everything to talk about. Still no major Pokemon stuff until September, which is only a couple weeks away at this point in
Oh, Jesus.
time. But we had a very large tournament because that's how it works over in Japan for Magic.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many people it was, but it was the first one with the new stuff that I could find. This one was modern format instead of
Okay, moderns.
standard,
Yeah,
but
that's fair.
yeah, no, we can get right into it if you want.
Sure. Let's go. So it was, I can't pronounce it. How do you say it?
Haruya? I think
Haruya?
there's supposed to be a Y in there somewhere, but
Oh,
no,
did I misspell it? Okay.
that's all good.
So it was in Chiba, Japan. It was a modern event. Yeah, talk about modern.
Yeah, so in terms of it, there was no number on this one, but Haruya has always run some really nice events. They're always really well attended too. This was the first one I could find that was for like the modern format using explicitly new stuff that wasn't like an online challenge. There were two decks in the top. One was Red Green Eldrazi with really no changes, no notes. And then there was this list, which is the first place list, which is Affinity. And as you can
Oh,
sort of
you've always
see,
liked Affinity.
I've liked Affinity. I've played it since like since original Mirrodin when they introduced the mechanic.
Yeah,
It's
you've
been a
always
bit.
liked Affinity. Affinity's one that you. Affinity and Storm are what you go back
It's a
to, isn't it?
very aggressive style of list, and I do like that about it. And it got a really big pickup in the new set with the three cost of 3/3 that can warp for one. So when it comes in, you can play it for its warp cost, and whenever an artifact comes in, you make an additional 1/1 token. So functionally, you can really leverage the power just playing all of. You basically warp it in turn one, play a Mox Opal, make an artifact. All of a sudden, your Mox Opal is now turned on because there's three artifacts in play, and you can make free mana and just kind of explode the list. So the whole point of it is just to go fast, very aggressive, but it also has some controlling elements in that it's got double metallic rebuke to be able to have like hard counters in game one, which is really good against some of the combo lists you see out there, as well as having their standard Urza Saga package and things to go find with it. So things like Pithy Needle, things like Tormod's Crypt,
I hate Pithy Needle.
Yeah, it's not your favorite thing.
No, I like to play tokens.
But it's something where like it's got a lot of flexibility and it has a lot of options on the sideboard to play more of a controlling strategy with that early push of just making a bunch of artifacts, punching really hard, and just kind of being an aggressive build. Also, Kappa Cannoneer does a lot of heavy lifting, but yeah, I expect that you'll see a lot more of this list just because of the printing of the new guy from Edge of Eternities because he's quite good in modern. I don't think he'll be a standard all-star, but like modern, he seems like he's got some really powerful things you can do with them for sure.
We're talking about the second place list. I put it in there.
Oh, did you? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Second place list is in there. Yeah, so this is your traditional red green Eldrazi Tron. So nothing crazy here.
Oh, it looks fun.
It is fun. It's basically just get to 7 mana, cast fatties, and make it be your opponent's problem. Figure out
Oh,
how to get there.
that feels like my type of deck.
It is a pretty fun style.
Yeah.
I do like this kind of list. I think this list, isn't one where I think that against the affinity list, it's a little tougher because a lot of their stuff, for the
Well, it
Eldrazi
did come in
side.
second, so that
Yeah,
tracks.
a lot of the Eldrazi list is like meant to deal with things that are colored permanents, and there's not a whole lot of colored permanents, that it cares about you getting rid of. But no, I think the affinity list is probably just a little too fast for it in most cases. But
Yeah.
but if the Eldrazi list can get its feet underneath and up and running, it can be brutal. Also, Karn the Great Creator is real good into affinity to turn off all their stuff.
Oh
But
yeah, it would be
you have to survive long enough to get
survive long enough
there.
to get there. Yeah, no,
And
that's
not have
fair.
Karn get punched out by little 1/1 artifact dorks. So
Oh, that would just hurt.
yeah, it kind of sucks.
Yeah, he's gonna be like the king of artifacts. Yeah.
He's definitely a artifact royalty, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, so that was the gist on Magic. What we got next?
Yeah, and the rest of the Magic, there wasn't anything standard posted for like the new stuff, so like we'll probably talk about it next week. It's like
I mean, it
more of
did
our
just come
season
out
stuff.
last weekend, so
Yeah,
a week
yeah. I
breather
was
is
kind of
polite.
hoping that there'd be some options for it, but
A week breather is polite.
just get right into it. I'm excited. I've got a blue blacklist. I've been testing. This felt real good. So
That's fair. That's fair.
it plays milk combo. It's great.
That's not fair.
Yeah, it's
That's
totally
we're
fair.
gonna
Totally
okay.
balanced.
Nope.
Totally fair.
Moving on to Pokemon. All right. I thought you named this in the email.
I did not. This name is not mine. This is what it's actually called.
This is a you name. Tournament of Doom.
Yeah.
All right. So what is I assume since I said best of one, it is an online one.
Yep. So online, so there's no big Pokemon events for the next little bit. So it'll all be like best of one
Yep,
type
this is
stuff.
best of one online.
Yeah, best of one online. Because there's no real other way to kind of do it. They do a best of three in the top eight. But typically with this one, it was something where I basically just picked the highest number of people that I saw for it. It was a free event as best as I can tell. So you get a range of skills at that level. But no, it seems like a pretty typical list. This is a list that won it. Playing kind of your standard Charizard stuff. You know, a couple of techie options for, I assume, for like the Grimmsnarls that are kind of running around in the picnic basket to be able to pick up all the damage off your dudes. You'll notice that they're playing a more reasonable line when it comes to their Evos. So before you would
They
see,
have 2 Charmeleons. That's
yeah, and you usually wouldn't see that in like previous iterations, but
Yeah,
they're,
the
they're
amount of times I saw Charmander and then Charizard, it was like you
Mhm.
if you get your rare candies tossed, you're out.
Yeah, but you see they're down to like 2 rare candies now, and a lot of times now they're looking to build up multiple
It feels
Pidgeys on the
safer.
bench just
Yeah.
to like play a little safer because like you have much less consistency than you had before. But yeah, I also like the maximum belt is just an interesting use of an ace spec. A lot of times it's the unfair stamp in the spot, and
What does the maximum belt do?
I believe it's the I can see I think maximum belt is either more HP or hits harder. I can't
Okay.
remember which one it is.
Cool.
I think no, it's maximum belt is more damage.
More
Hero's Cape
damage.
is the one that
It's harder.
sorry, no. Hits harder is
It's harder.
maximum belt. Yeah, Hero's Cape is plus that HP.
Cool.
So basically just trying to hit numbers that are hard for it to hit sometimes, which seems pretty reasonable. You've got 4 Arvins, so you're able to find it when you need it. And you've got 2 Evolution TMs to be able to like guarantee that you can go up. Because a lot of times this gameplay with this deck wants to go second, so it can do a first turn attack, not necessarily to do damage or take any prizes, but just to go up to its Charmeleons, its Pidgeots, and so it can go to its full evolution line on the second turn and really start kind of hammering in.
And it's got some of the other like stuff that's just been included in a bunch of lists, or at least the people have been talking about for a while, like the Pheasantipides and
Yeah, Fez is your
the
standard
monkey.
for kind of Monkey's been a big part of the format lately. So Monkey Dory has
Monkey
been
Dory.
something where a lot of times, in Pokemon, it's all about knocking out your opponent and having nice clean knockouts. The challenge often is that with some of the numbers that you need to hit, without things that give you like, an extra bonus to punch, you're oftentimes just shy of the energy you need. Or the damage you need to sort of like take something out cleanly in a hit, and Monkey Dory gives you that extra sort of 30 damage to run around with to
Yeah.
if you're, because like Charizard EX is a super chunky Pokemon.
Oh, he is.
He's really
330,
hard to
right?
get in one go, yeah.
Yeah.
And so like
Yeah.
most times
He's
your
a
opponent's
problem.
having to two shot Charizard, and so the ability to shuffle a damage, 30 damage around with a Monkey Dory, off of your Charizard onto something else, making it a little more survivable. But mostly just being able to like allow you to, to like get that extra bit of damage you need to kind of push it out to up to key numbers is really super relevant. And also, there's a lot of like decks that are playing Monkey Dory to like put energy to put damage on your guys and be able to move it back. Is super relevant. Whether that's to put it on another Pokemon so you can take an extra knockout, which is usually unlikely given the way that the Monkey Dory decks tend to run. But more likely that you are instead using it to clean up damage on your side of the field to put on something that you're going to knock out anyway, but just so it's stop being spread across all your dudes.
I like the look of this list.
Yeah, it's a fun
This
list.
looks like a me list. I like the look
I
of
could
this
see
list.
you playing this. It's challenges that it requires a lot of like, it's not an aggro list. It's very
That's fair.
much
I like
meant to be
Miraidon.
yeah, you like
I like
Miraidon.
Miraidon.
You like things that punch hard.
All right, I'm gonna stay loyal to Miraidon.
Yeah, but no, it's a neat list. It's pretty stocky, nothing too crazy. The Mist Energy's kind of cute. Haven't seen that a whole lot on this list, or at least I haven't seen it in a while. But
Yeah,
no, it feels like a pretty standard Charizard list. Pidgeot EX to find whatever you want whenever you want is always really good. So kind of hard to go wrong there.
All right, let's move on to Lorcana.
Sure. Leave the dog alone.
Holly, you're distracting. Okay, so for Lorcana, we're talking about an event that actually happened last weekend.
Yeah, they just posted all the lists
posted like
midweek.
midweek. Yeah. This was like a 300 something tournament in Madrid.
Yeah, that's great to see.
I just used this exact, I think, list for said champs this weekend. Pretty sure that's what I did, isn't it?
Yeah, this list we ran.
This is what I ran. I really liked it. Yeah, it was. I definitely like aggro lists, and I really like that because so many times aggro lists can't actually. I'll like it. So many times aggro lists just can't come in those top couple spots because like they can get far into the tournament, but then like your control players or your other ones.
You start bumping up.
Yeah, you start bumping up against.
Push it down.
Yes. So it's nice to see an aggro list win. This was a really fun list. So when I was playing it, my favorite thing about this list was Ink play Daisy, Ink play Calhounish me. Ink play Lady, play Doc for free off of Lady, and then draw 2 cards. I loved it. It
I
was
will
great.
play 2 dudes on this turn and draw 2
For
just
yeah,
like Scott.
for 3. It seemed great. I liked it. So it's a good list, very good solid list, very aggressive list. Forums of almost everything across the board except for Penny, Calhoun, and Goofy. So Goofy was Goofy's attack card just to kind of untap, ready your stuff. At the end of turn if it's damage. Calhoun's great for against the aggro matches. It was a very solid list.
Yeah, it's a nice all rounder. It
Yeah.
feels really good, and it's one of those ones like it's a very much tempo based list. Like the goal is to push your opponent to make choices they don't want to make
Yeah.
because you're putting them on such an aggressive clock. So a big part of this list is knowing your mulligan decisions to know like what you need to have and what your pathing on your end is going to be, and how you force your opponent to have to sort of either respond to you or make bad choices to sort of not get overrun. And this deck's really good at that. You know,
Yeah.
the thing I can say offhand is like don't ink above 4. Often
yeah.
don't ink above 3 unless you've got, you know, a specific thing you're
Unless you
going
have to hard cast like the Rhino or that or the Rapunzel. I got up to 6 ink one time, and it's because people kept hating
Yeah, but
using
like
my stuff.
that's the thing, right? Like it shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah,
So that
yeah,
was the first place list. Second place list. Let's get rid of that distracting. First place was behind it was birds, birds, birds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty typical. I think this is almost I would be surprised this wasn't the exact same
we talked about
60-ish
last
that,
week.
that we talked about last week.
Yeah.
It looks almost identical. Like maybe
Yeah.
there's a slight change here and there, but like it's your typical early Diablo Prince John to pressure hands for those
Good amount of
control
evasive.
lists.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not surprised that the aggro amethyst, the amber steel beat this one because like you just go so fast. It's
Yeah.
like their discard package is really little against you in those sort of moments.
Yeah.
But no, seems like a sweet list.
All right. Last for the week is Warhammer. So we had 2 that you sent me. There's the Kent Major and the Salt City.
Yeah, they were both
Salt City, not Salt Lake City. Salt City.
As far as
Okay.
I know.
All right. Well.
But yeah, they were both sort of like bigger Warhammer tournaments. They're 108. I think they were each 100.
They were each 100.
108
What you
people.
sent, yeah, the description you sent me was 108 people each.
But yeah, so Eldari won one of them. So there actually it was kind of nice because it was the first time I looked at them like actual just 2 undefeated lists. You know, there was a clean
nice.
winner.
Not somebody nice. Undefeated at 5th place.
Yeah, that was wild. But yeah, so there was one where Eldari took it, playing sort of like traditional Eldari-ish stuff. A lot of infantry, a lot of sort of like warp spiders, a lot of sort of things. I can talk about this one first. So this would be the Kent Major. So this would be where the Blood Angels won.
I'm talking about Eldari. You're talking about Eldari.
You do either one. You just need to not bounce around. But yeah, so basically this is the one for the Eldari list. He was running, a pretty typical build from my understanding, but again, I haven't played against Eldari in a while. It's a lot of the same stuff, very heavy on infantry, very, much about mobility, being able to play a really good secondary game, and having a lot of units that just punch really hard for, their effects. So Fugian is still really good. Howling Banshees. Look this, I haven't played with this one yet. I have no idea. It's a made-up fantasy elf game. I'm gonna guess. So I'm gonna say lick this, because why not? I'm sure you can tell me different.
That's fair.
But yeah, I've never played against Thomas. I don't fully know what he does, but Courser Void Raiders are just kind of like a nice little objective holder guys. You've got one Wave Serpent in there, I think, for the transports. And then just a bunch of kind of like guys to yeet around. So Swooping Hawks have always been really good. They're very mobile, very effective. And you've got sort of things like Warp Spiders and stuff like that toward the bottom. But yeah, nothing too crazy.
I was scrolling too slow. Last time I was scrolling too fast. This time I was scrolling way too slow.
You don't get
I'll find my Goldilocks zone.
I doubt that. About Howling Banshees ranges, but yeah, just a lot of infantry, a lot of men to take use of. I'm sure the table set they're playing on was probably pretty friendly to this. Otherwise, I don't think you take it. But yeah, seems like a fun list. And the other one that was the Kent Major.
Blood Angels.
Was Blood Angels, and Blood Angels have been talked about when they did all the balanced data slates, a little while ago. That they would have a chance to have a glow up because a lot of their stuff just the things that were keeping them down got removed, and they just kind of got a fair bit better. So You know, and again, this sort of looks like your typical list of,
Avengers
just
Captain,
jump
Mephisto,
packs for days,
jump
and just
packs for days,
Impulsor to hold the
Impulsors,
back line, and just
Intercessors. All names that I kind of
jump
recognize from
packs, jump
other
packs,
Space
jump
Marines
packs.
dudes.
Sanguinary guys with a different name of jump packs.
It's
It's
a
like
different name.
Scout Squad and Storm Guard veteran. But yeah, so pretty typical stuff. But yeah, no, nothing too crazy on the weekend.
Minus points for both players for having no emojis or fun stories at the top
I
for me to
mean,
read.
yeah,
I enjoy
I
that.
do enjoy that part of it.
Yeah, you play Warhammer, put these up here for me.
Yeah, I do like the in jokes for Warhammer. A
Yeah,
lot of them are really fun. So
no.
yeah, but yeah, no, that was the weekend for Warhammer. So nothing too crazy. I might try to go to the Eldaria list and try that on Tuesday if I've got some time. I know I'm working tomorrow.
You're working tomorrow, yeah, but
Bummer.
you can start playing afterwards, so
I can. That'd be fun.
yeah. So we'll have some of the decks at the store to play this week if anybody does want to try something new. And
Yeah, I'll have the
the
aggro steel
list,
list at least. Like you
I
got
will
that
have the
together.
aggro. I might build a garbage list for me tonight, so the aggro steel list might be
Sure.
available.
I might try the affinity list for Thursday. I might put together. Might be fun.
Sounds great.
Be interesting to see what it feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was what happened this week. No idea what's coming up next week. But I guess we'll find out. Yeah, in 7 days.
Yeah, excited to see what we see.
Have a good one.
See you.